What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Arrow After Show here at the Stream.tv. Holy crap, we're live. The calculator came back. Roy came back. No, the calculator came. Roy came back, and Carolina's back. and we've got Jack and Olivia, and I'm Adam. What's up, guys? The calculator dropped a bomb tonight. We're trying
You were trying to think of something funny then, weren't you?
I was going to try to say something. I was going to try to say something clever, but I'm slow tonight. I think it's the jacket. We went leathery tonight. So
we all turned up the same, except for Jack.
Yeah, well, he didn't get the memo. He missed the memo.
It's not in the group chat. It's fine.
Team leather jacket.
I'm just here.
So, and by the way, I do have to point out that Carolina and Olivia have some pretty awesome T-shirts.
Yeah, come in for the close-up.
You got it. Yeah, you have to check
They're
that out.
awesome.
Again.
Got the OG Arrow team over here on Carolina.
I can't really stand up. Here you go, guys.
And Felicity with yeah.
Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, cameraman.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You finally started doing your job, have you?
We do. No, we have awesomeness here. So let's talk about this. Let's go mystery thief, guys. Let's jump right into it. Okay? We've got some dude running around Star City.
I knew it was Roy.
We all knew it was Roy. Did you guys know at home? Did you know it was Roy instantly? I think we all did. Let us know. Again, remember, we're live, so you can talk to us on the YouTube live chat and also tweet at us using the hashtag #ArrowAfterShow. I know I say it every week, but I'm going to say it again. So,
it's a hashtag. That's how you get things trending. You've got to keep saying it.
Yeah, we have to trend.
But just like low-key, does anybody remember when it would have been #Arrow After Show?
Pound sign.
Remember when the hashtag was the pound sign on the phone?
Oh yes, I do. Jack's like, no. I don't. I was born 7 days ago, so I'm new. All right, let's go here. So Thea passes out when they're chasing down who we later find out is Roy. And did anyone think that this was a Lazarus Pit situation? What did you guys think?
Well, when I saw her passing out, what my thought was, because I knew it was Roy, I was sad that he didn't try to save her.
I thought that was going to be the reveal as well for it being Roy. I didn't think they'd take that long. Yeah. I thought something was going on.
And I was like, why would he do that? But now we know.
I was a cynic. I was like, no, I don't think he's going to help her because he knew that Green Arrow would save her. He knew it.
Yeah,
he just got out of the way.
And I read ahead and knew that he had a contact lens in his eye and wasn't going to be able to save her.
You did?
I did, yeah. Well, it was they
You ruined all the fun, Adam.
I didn't tell you.
No, you didn't. That's true.
So let's talk about this. So Thea's obviously sick and she's down, and then Malcolm comes to visit, and then let's talk about the scene where Nyssa escapes. Because first of all, I'm going to go on the record and just say that I think Nyssa's a badass, and I love her on the show. And I'm happy that they're bringing her back into the fold.
Yeah.
Let's
Shout out to Katrina Law.
Yeah, man. Katrina.
Good job.
Good job.
Come on our show, Katrina.
So let's talk about the scene. Let's talk about the escape, guys. Did we see it coming a mile away? What did you guys think?
I thought she was going to give her the pepper and it was going to do something else.
No,
I
thought
her some kind of powers or kill her or something. But no, it was a knife.
Yeah.
I liked it.
No, I thought
it was going to be a fake death thing, where she was going to have to get carted out, pretend dead, and then they were going to awaken her later instead of the amazing breakout scene that they had.
It's too Romeo and Juliet. I had a feeling she was going to bust out. When has Nyssa ever played the damsel in distress on this show? Never.
Yeah.
She kicks butt all the time, all day, all night. And when that girl was talking about that quote, come on, did you guys think so too? When she started mentioning that quote, I was like, they're in on it. This is a sisterhood, and she's about to bust out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sisterhood.
All right, yeah, sisterhood.
We can't be a part of that.
Yeah,
Apparently it's a sisterhood now.
Yeah,
We'll get you a coconut bra. Things will be great.
We're not there.
Don't mean a bra.
So all this is happening. I really thought that the stage was set pretty quickly that this was going to be a pretty cool episode, and we ended up with Felicity. We actually have a photo of her after her presentation because they moved up the presentation for the groundbreaking thing that she ended up using to save Curtis's job, and there she is being basically told hey, you can't present. And I felt that it was kind of very hey, anti-handicap. It was a weird, crazy moment for me. I really didn't like it. What did you guys think?
I felt like it was also anti-Felicity Smoke. If someone would have told her that, I felt like she'd been like, no, I'm going to do it anyway. And she was like, yeah, you're right.
No, I'm with Adam on this one. When I saw it, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This is very
anti-wheelchair.
Anti-disabilities.
I'm going to be diplomatic.
Yep.
I understand that it is very anti-disability and anti-handicap. However, from a business point of view, this is one of the board of directors. This is somebody who's very high up in the company, and this company is on its last legs. You got that?
Pun intended.
Pun intended. But the fact of the matter was, if she's not going to be the strongest representation, I don't think that they were saying that she's not going to be the strongest representation because she's in a wheelchair. It's the fact that the wheelchair is making Felicity act. It's like we had to have Mr. Fantastic, good old Echo, pretty much spin Mr. Fantastic.
It's okay. It's
It's
all
been
right.
a long day, guys. I'm so sorry. Mr. Terrific. Thank you very much for catching that.
Yeah.
It shows you listening. I appreciate it,
course.
Adam.
I listen.
But yeah, I feel like the wheelchair kind of took a couple steps back a little bit, and that was what that was for. So from the board of directors, they are right, but at the same time, you could have approached it more of that you're in a wheelchair, you're not going to do a good job.
That was
a bit harsh.
It was a bit icky. But here's the thing. I think from a writing standpoint, I think what they were trying to do was show us that Felicity's still adjusting and she's still
Building her self-confidence.
She's trying to get her confidence
Yeah,
back, or she
100%.
doesn't have it at the moment. And I think that it was really good to kind of show her journey in this episode too, because if they had just kind of wrapped it in a bow last week and then brought us into this week and she's all like, "Let's do
Bubbly,
this,"
bubbly.
It would have been really
No, I was happy
yeah.
to see that she was having a hard time with it. But you know what? She got her confidence back in the end, and that's all that matters.
Thanks
because
to
she's
Curtis.
Felicity Smoke.
Yeah,
So
thanks
okay,
to
so we
Curtis.
leave here. We find out Roy's back, and we see that it looks like a storm is coming. So let's move on. Let's move on because the storm does come, and I think there's going to be a huge situation coming later. Like this season is about to get insane, I think.
Yes.
But let's talk man down. So Oliver finds out that Damien Dark's wife is running against him. Did anybody see that coming? Anybody at all? Did you guys see that coming?
No, I have no.
Yeah, we
I
have a
didn't
picture
see
of her
that.
here. Every
Oh,
time I
did she?
see her, like I know that I'm sure she's probably a wonderful woman in real life, but that but she's a good actress because I hate her.
I hear her too.
I
I'm with
don't
you.
like her.
I'm like, oh, every time I
But in
see
real
her.
life, I'm sure she's a wonderful person.
I just want to know where her campaign angle is. It's like, does everybody in Star City know who? What's her name again? Rouve? Was it Rouve?
Rouve.
Is it Rouve?
Rouve,
Yeah, because it
something.
had the accent on the E, didn't it?
Yeah.
Rouve Adams. Who are you? Who
Yeah.
are you to Star City? Why would Star City and all the people in it suddenly go Rouve?
Well, they said it was.
she has nothing to
Alex said
show
it was
me.
a freshman. He said it was a freshman candidate,
Yeah.
so it's someone who's just running. And I think at this point, no one would run. So to run against Oliver, it's you know,
Yeah.
she's going to have a campaign anyway.
Because she's going to have the competition against Oliver, so I guess that will
Yeah.
help
And it's not like
in
there's
the
a lot of
actual
people
aspect.
running anyway. It's basically just the two of them. And
He
it
was
was
running
just Oliver.
uncontested, yeah.
Exactly.
So-
So it doesn't. She
kind
might
of-
win.
I wasn't surprised though. I mean, were you guys surprised at home? Because after the end of that episode where he saved, Dark's family, she was like, "That was horrible. Why'd you let him go? Kill him."
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised. I
was
was like,
terrified.
okay, crazy's back.
I was taken a little bit by surprise that she's actually running for mayor, though. I was.
Makes me laugh.
It's a really crazy impersonation.
Yeah, like, that was one of those like, oh, okay, Carolina.
All right.
I want to bring something up though in the same vein. Oliver goes to set a meeting with Damien Dark, and he ends up talking to her, obviously dressed as Green Arrow, and that didn't go anywhere this episode. Did you guys kind of feel like that was like, hey, here's like a little thing, we're gonna throw this out there, and then we're not gonna talk about it?
Well, he did it on purpose
Say that
because
once more, sorry.
So basically, the whole thing was Oliver set the meeting with Damien. He never ends up showing up.
Oh, it never showed up.
But it never gets addressed again. It was kind of just left out there. I feel like that's going to be something at a later point that's going
We
to.
didn't even see Dark this
They,
episode.
they did kind of talk about it. The car was there, so you know that Dark was in there.
Red
But
Eye
he was
and
waiting
he was
for
going
him.
to talk to him about it, but then he was like, I'm going to let Thea make her own decision about her life, because that's what Malcolm Merlyn had told him to do.
Yes,
you know?
but there's going to be a repercussion for setting the
for
meeting.
setting
and
the
then
meeting
he
and not
stood him
going
up.
out.
And
Right.
not showing.
Yeah,
Damien
Damien
Dark's a
Dark
very
is not.
professional kind
He's
of
not
guy.
the kind of guy who's going to take that lightly, and
That's
that's
true.
what I'm saying.
That's
I
true.
feel like that wasn't dealt with, and I think that that's going to have repercussions as we get there later.
Sorry, quick
Yep.
shout out. He obviously appeared in Legends last episode.
He did.
On last Thursday. That was 30 years ago when we saw Damien Dark.
Uh-huh.
This guy clearly has something going on about him right now.
Well, we
and
know
does that
that-
mean his wife is also immortal?
That
Is
is
that
a-
or whatever it is that Damien Dark is his wife the same?
I'm gonna say she isn't. I'm gonna say that we know from the previous Ra's al Ghul that Oliver killed that that Damien Dark escaped with Lazarus Pit water. So we know that that's, and we also know he's dabbling in the magic. So we know that that's why he's immortal, okay, or
To
at
an
least
extent,
rejuvenating himself. And I'm gonna bet that his daughter's not some little immortal vampire child who's gonna be a little child forever. I'm gonna say that he met his wife in this time period,
period.
married her, had the kid.
Maybe
and-
she's kind of like, maybe it's just a whole facade. Maybe they're not actually a family. Well, I mean, I don't want to say they're not actually a family, but the family is more of a facade for the lot of them. You know what I mean? So like, his wife could actually have had her own agenda originally, but then her and Damien Dark met in some kind of villainous way, and they were like, let's help each other out right now. Let's become a family and let's move forward from there.
God, that's frightening. I can't
but-
imagine dinner at that house. Jesus.
I bet they're like but they could be happy. You
It's
don't
like
know.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, kind of.
No. Yeah, but this is like this is like two evil people talking about their plans to take over the world. And then what do they say? Like, how was school today? Oh, good, I did algebra.
Yeah.
You know? Cool. Yeah,
Did you
we
kill
just
little Jimmy behind
Daddy,
desk
yeah.
3?
150,000 people today. How was your day? So.
We killed 150,000 people.
Okay, so. So obviously we don't see
Look
Dark
on the
too
wild
much, but
on the wild chat, on the YouTube chat, they say maybe his child's a little demon too.
she very
She
well.
probably
She,
is.
well, listen, she is Hellspawn. I mean, the two of them are you know, as evil as they come. So yeah, she's probably not exactly innocent. But I like to talk about too how, you know, Felicity figures out what Roy's up to by piecing all the parts together. I think this was kind of like her little journey back into gaining her self-confidence, because she figured out that, you know, there was no link between the objects he was stealing, but that if you put them together, you can blow up the internet, which was pretty. I love the scene where she actually said it. Like, I love the internet. I don't, you know.
I love the internet. I don't want him to blow it up.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, so that happens. She figures it out, and then we have to talk about when he comes to steal the battery from Curtis, because that was a
Yes.
great.
We
scene.
love that moment.
That
didn't
was the
we?
best.
We
scene.
did.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't
I don't want you to
hurt
hurt me.
I don't want you to hurt me either.
I need that. You might have to
You
hurt
might
me.
have to hurt me now.
Curtis got some skills as well.
does.
He did. I think, and
Well
that's.
done.
I think
Good.
that was a good little moment for him, because it
Yeah.
showed us that he's actually able to handle himself. And when he makes his transition over to Mr. Terrific, I think it's going to be very, very cool, because he's already got the combat experience.
Yeah.
Did he
Sort
get a
of.
costume
All
from
of a sudden,
Cisco?
he had-
Sort of. Yeah. Well, there's theories which we will get into later.
Okay.
But okay, so I think we're gonna get some answers, because we now have Roy. Guys, we're live. We're gonna move on real quick. We're live, so be sure to write us on the live YouTube chat. I know that Caroline is checking it out as we're here. I know Jack is too, and so is Olivia. And then tweet at us using the hashtag #ArrowAfterShow. I want to do a couple of quick shout outs real quick. Join our Facebook, our group on Facebook. We have our the Arrow After Show Arrowheads family. I want to thank Lance for creating it, and then that's the biggest right there. The photo you're seeing is the biggest Arrow talk group on Facebook. Over 9,000. We're almost at 10,000 actually.
Hi, Lance.
That's
doesn't
an
say
older
it. Yeah,
photo, yeah.
yeah.
Hi,
That's from last week. We're almost at 10,000 people. We talk everything Arrow over there. Great people, great community, great forum. Go check it out. Join it. Also want to do a shout out to MLCity.net and Stanley's Kamikaze all year long with awesome guests. So be sure to check that out too right here at thestream.tv. You can subscribe to the channel right now and never miss another amazing segment that we put out there. So just wanted to say that. Now let's go calculator, guys. Let's talk about the calculator. We have
That was such a good scene. I was so excited because I don't know if you guys knew, but I knew that was Olivia's dad. So Olivia.
I'm right here. That's not my
I
dad.
knew that was Felicity's dad, so I was so excited to watch that happen and go. We were talking.
And I
about
thought
it
Mr. Fantastic was a bad name drop. You go with Olivia instead of Felicity?
You guys knew what
Silly.
I meant, right? Okay. Glad we can move on. I was so excited. That was so cool to see like the two brains outbrain one another.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that we got a shout out in Flash last night, where even Team Flash said that Felicity Smoke is the best hacker on the planet.
That was a very, very cool
awesome.
scene.
So
I
for you
loved
guys
it.
that watched both, that was a cool thing to see.
Cisco is
And-
very disheartened by that, though. I'm not gonna lie.
He wasn't
I feel
happy.
like Cisco now.
Yeah.
That
is
was a
gonna
gut
lose
punch. That was
some
a gut
of his
punch.
confidence and
Nah,
then end up
he'll
in a
be fine.
wheelchair.
That's
well,
not
he was like
friendship.
powers, so-
That's
Okay.
He'll be fine.
friendship.
He's got powers. He's
Let's
fine.
stick to Arrow. Let's stick to Arrow. So here's the deal. I want to talk real quick about Thea's wounds coming back, and I don't know if anyone else saw that coming, or you guys at home. But when the wound opened up in her chest, was anyone
Yeah.
expecting that?
Freaked me out.
Yeah,
That
I
was
was like,
pretty
that was
crazy,
weird.
right?
I don't even remember. I didn't even know that he could come back, or that.
So she's
what was
pretty
happening
much
with that.
turning back to how she was before she got thrown into the
Right.
Lazarus pit now, because Malcolm was
When she was
explaining,
dead.
wasn't he?
Yeah, he basically
before.
said that the bloodlust is basically you have to
You
feed
have
it,
to kill.
or
You
it's
have to
going
feed
to,
the
or it's going to
bloodlust.
take your life back
Take
away.
the host, Spotty. It's like,
Exactly.
God, here
yeah.
we go.
There was
That was
Possession is
really
demonic.
freaky though, to watch it appear and then get sucked
Disappear,
back into
yeah.
Yeah,
her
that was
body. I
weird.
was like, oh no, this is creepy, guys. Stop it.
They're good at it, though.
It was very Exorcist-y. You guys seen The Exorcist? Kind of reminded me of that.
That's weird. Not
Part
like
of The
that.
Exorcist, did she get her chest cut open?
She doesn't, but it was that creepy level. The head could
Well-
start spinning any moment now.
You know what? I wouldn't
Like
put it
jump.
past the Lazarus pit.
Seriously.
You never know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, you just don't know what's going to happen with that.
She's like bent backwards, running along the room, and
God.
like up and down the walls.
God.
Eventually.
That would be
So on
scary.
the same line, not the Exorcist line of it, but we see Nyssa break out and she ends up in Japan, and then I love that we see Tatsu again.
I missed her
And
so much.
Yeah, that scene was awesome. The fight scene between the two of them, and then Nyssa kind of being like, "Listen, we're matched, so we can do one of two things." And we weren't sure what she was up to, and we don't find out until later. But
The thing that made me laugh is that when you say we're evenly matched, but then you say one of us will drop from exhaustion, you're not evenly matched then. One of yous has better endurance than the other. So you're wrong, Nyssa. That was just an excuse to get out of it, honey, because I think you were scared.
Maybe your training is evenly matched, but maybe just one gets more tired than the other.
But the
could be
training, that's all involved in it. As an athlete, their endurance is part of their training, isn't it? It's all a package,
I'm gonna
okay?
agree with Jack on this one, but I am gonna
Logical. Thank
but
you
I
very
am
much.
gonna say this. Nyssa had a quiver with arrows and a bow, and
that's-
from a distance she can take her out.
Yeah.
Well, then
like
also
that.
Tatsu
Yeah, but
can
then
be
that's
like...
like
Yeah.
dirty fighting. Nyssa isn't gonna fight a dirty fight to get what she wants.
But
Well,
the point
she
is
might.
that she used her brain. She used her brain instead of taking the upper hand, and I thought that was very cool. And we don't know what the Lotus is all about at this
wish we
point.
had
Well,
seen that
we
scene,
know
though.
that the
That
only
would've
thing you
been nice
can
to see.
do... What was you saying, sorry, honey?
Like the actual scene where she gets all the stuff from her, and that would have been kind of a cool thing to see.
So actually watch her get the Lotus,
Lotus,
from
yeah. Mhm.
Tatsu. Well, we
Yeah,
don't know what
yeah.
the Lotus looks like yet. I think in the preview, so next one, we saw a tiny little thing that somebody was
Oh,
holding.
so maybe they'll go back to it, because I was kind of
They
sad
will.
not to
I
see
think.
it.
I
Yeah,
think
I
we're
wanna
gonna. We're
Maybe
gonna.
go back
see
to
it?
what?
We're gonna go back to
We're
it.
gonna learn
Yeah,
what it
they
is.
have to
Scene
bring the
with
Lotus
Nyssa.
back because it's the
Yeah.
thing that's going to save Thea. So we will
Oh, I know,
100% see the
But
Lotus.
I want to see that scene between them, like how they come to the agreement or what happens.
We
so,
probably will.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
They're
that. I
probably
don't know.
good-
Are you guys looking forward to that? Because I am. I want to
I
see
don't
it.
think they'll go back and see how they got it. I think they decided that the fact
No,
of
no,
the
we're
matter
just
was
gonna see what
Tatsu
it
was
is.
the-
We're
Yeah,
just
well, I
gonna
don't
see
think
what
we're
it
going
is.
to go back and see Nyssa get it. That would, in my opinion, I'd be like, okay, she got it.
Yeah,
Thanks for
I
showing
think
us her handing it over to her.
in an effort
Wow,
to kind
you
of just
looked-
move the story forward, I think it's. Did you just get to death look? You gave him the death look,
I would
didn't
be,
you?
Caroline, I'd be interested in seeing it.
Thanks, Boo.
You're welcome. I
And
would
if
be
we were
interested.
gonna, we woulda, is I think what Jack is saying. We would have seen it if we were gonna. But either way, so Felicity and Oliver discover the calculator's plans, and they're calling him the calculator. And I said it while we're watching, and I know that it's got, you know, roots in history, but I still think that the calculator is the dumbest evil nickname I've
I
ever heard.
like it.
Right.
I like it.
Right.
I think it's
Right.
a good.
No, I
Hold
like
on,
it.
hold on.
God.
Before you jump into it,
I'm going to
that?
drop some knowledge on this so that
Before
I can
you drop
explain
the
to you
knowledge.
why the calculator is called the calculator.
But
go right
before
ahead,
you
Adam.
drop the knowledge, I'm gonna say that even on the show, they go, "Stop calling him the calculator." It's a student. This is what happens when
Felicity
they.
hates
This
it.
is what happens when they name them when they name themselves.
Before
so,
I liked
Cisco
it.
gets the
yes,
name,
exactly.
anyway.
So go ahead and drop your knowledge.
Just real quick, in case you guys
Drop
don't
it.
know, because I didn't actually know how the calculator came about and what the calculator was, so I thought I'd do my research and explain to you guys who don't, and obviously the hosts here as well. So the calculator actually got his name, like most DC superheroes or villains, they actually got their design and interpretation from things that were trending in the time that they were made. So I believe his first appearance was in 1976, the calculators, and that was when pocket calculators were very trendy and they were the thing that was like the rage. So that's how he became the calculator. And his suit was actually designed so that he had a pad on his chest that whatever he would hit would beam out an LED screen that would pretty much work almost like a Green Lantern's ring that would solidify the dust particles in the air and then turn into any item that it was. As you can see, there wasn't much comparison between that calculator and the one that we saw here. However, the calculator was very much an advisory to the Secret Society of Villains, the Lex Luthor Secret Society of Villains or something. Can't remember exactly what the name was.
Legion of Doom.
No, it definitely wasn't that.
Yeah, it was. It was in Super
It
Friends.
100% wasn't the Legion of Doom.
For real was.
The calculator.
Super Friends.
This is
Guys,
after
Jack's
Infinite
writing a
Crisis.
thesis on the calculator.
Yeah,
I
so-
think, well,
He's very
right,
concerned
the
about it.
in case you guys may or may not know, I really enjoy the intelligent part of the villains and the heroes in this, and the intelligence. And he is considered one of the most intelligent villains out there. All other villains would go to him for his advice. He's like a villain advisory. They want to know what strategies to use, what weapons to use in order to beat everyone. Why? Because that thing that he had on his chest calculated a way to turn defeats into victories. So
And-
he created a force field that surrounded himself so that heroes couldn't ever touch him ever again.
Okay, and I'm gonna say that I never said that the villain was a bad villain or that he had horrible powers. I'm just saying it was a stupid name. So that's
also Felicity took him down. She kind of won that battle. So does that mean that she's the best?
So I'm glad you
like-
brought that up, because he actually had a very he was Oracle's analog pretty much to a point, and so anything that Oracle would do, he would try and be better than. And he became obsessed with unveiling the identity of Oracle, and that's actually what drove him insane. And in this, we kind of got, obviously, Felicity isn't Oracle, she's Overwatch, but we kind of had them two going against each other in a similar kind of fight as what Calculator and Oracle would have had. So I feel like that was a bit of a brush up towards them.
okay. So I'm with you.
Calculator's awesome in my
We
opinion.
need to,
I
we
think
need
he's
to,
great
we
in
need
it.
to move on from this
talk about it
portion
today.
of our situation here. We obviously see that he's trying to destroy the city. So he's an evil genius, and we will all agree on that.
Yes.
He's a genius. He's evil. He wants to destroy the city. We don't know what his motives are as of yet. We don't
Destroy
know
the
what.
city.
Yeah, we don't. But we don't know
A
why.
lot of people are saying possibly he's working with Dark.
We don't know. I think we will find out, because it looks like he's kind of here to stick around for a little bit. So we could end up with a city of ruins. We don't know. Let's move on to Thea's choice.
Sorry, real quick, just before we move on to Thea's choice, I apologise. Why would he want to destroy the city when he knows his daughter's in it?
Well, clearly he would save his daughter.
Yeah,
He's
Well,
just
hold
going
on,
to destroy
why?
the city
Why?
for
Because it's his
everybody
daughter,
else.
he
Clearly.
loves it.
He was about to do it. He was about to do it before they stopped him.
Maybe he didn't know she was there. No, he knew.
No, he knew.
No,
You're
he
right.
Sure knew.
He totally knew.
These three, forget about that. You guys.
no,
okay?
no,
Is
He
there-
would
hold
have
on.
gone back for
Devil's
his
advocate,
daughter.
devil's advocate, sir.
I feel like he would have gone back for his daughter, and you know,
No, there's no going.
blown
there's
up.
no
he
going
has a
back.
point.
Back to a
There's
city
it's
no
not
going
like
back.
everybody dies the second the thing goes off. It goes
He
in
has a
waves.
point. He would have
because
taken
she
out the
was,
whole
yeah,
city.
she was talking about how like it would take down the hospitals, and then it would take down this, and it would take down that. She explained it in levels. So in my head, it would
She didn't
have.
explain it in levels, she explained it in sections. She said instead of taking down the internet, you can take down the electrical currents that power the power grids, that power the hospitals. She wasn't saying first it will be the power grids, and then it'll be the hospitals, and then it'll be the schools, and then it'll be
No,
the
I get it all
whatever.
happens at the same time, but in the vein of saying that, like if you're in a layer, none of that's really going to accept you, except now you're
Guys,
stuck in a
hold
layer
on.
with no power.
We're missing one very big point.
What is it?
What?
The guy's obviously a sociopath, right?
Yeah, that's
He
true.
doesn't give
Yeah.
a crap about his daughter. He doesn't
Maybe he
care.
does,
He cares in as much as she can serve him. And so we're going to have to wait and see what the deal is. But I think that whatever his motives are, I don't think she factored in. My opinion. You guys let us know what you think at home.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Thea's choice right here, because we've got her on her deathbed, basically trying to avoid the bloodlust.
Yeah.
And it's clearly killing her. And so this is kind of where we're going. And I loved, and actually, you know, we're going to go there before we even talk about Felicity finding her confidence back. Let's talk about Oliver trying to help Thea. He's always, again, and 5 people said it to him in this episode that he's carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. And I like that they're finally calling him on that, because not everything is your fault, Oliver.
Seriously,
Not
Oliver.
everything is
High
your fault
five
or
to
responsibility.
Felicity.
Yeah.
Yes.
High five.
But I want a high five to Malcolm too, because he finally
Yeah.
he helped Oliver realize that it's Thea's choice. If she wants to let this be, then she's got to let it be, and he's got to respect it. What did you guys think at home? Did you like that scene? What did you guys think?
And he did
Yeah,
respect
let us
it.
know.
He let her, you know, he's going to let her make her
Technically, it
choice.
is all his fault, because he decided to come back as the Arrow and change stuff up and become a vigilante. So I can see why he constantly feels the weight of the world's on his shoulders, and I believe he has every right to, because there would have been no Arrow if he wouldn't have decided to come back and become the Arrow and start up the team.
Yes, but if he didn't come back and start up the team, he wouldn't have stopped Malcolm from destroying the entire city to begin with. So,
Exactly. I completely agree with you.
So-
But what do we
I-
think
I-
Thea's
yeah.
going to
Wait,
do?
can I
Is
just
she...
like say something? Is that I feel like all
You don't say no.
Oh my God.
I'm just
you won't see Jack next week, guys. Pay your respects to him.
I'll be in the grave next week. I'm gonna be the one in the grave.
That's who's in the grave. Surprise. No, but I was thinking, like, I feel like all of this had to happen because now Nyssa has appeared with this serum that can change things. Because really, with the way the storyline is going, what kind of life was
assume it's the
Thea
serum,
living?
Do you?
Yeah, how do we know it's
Well,
a serum?
whatever it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
The lotus power
Well, it's a
magic
flower.
serum,
It's
whatever.
flower.
I think she
Flower.
said it was a
But
serum.
I thought she said so too, but I don't want to get into another argument when I'm trying to make a point of like how I feel like all of this had to happen because otherwise we would have been watching a show where Thea is raging between bloodlust forever or dying. And that's no way for her to live a life and be speeding. Like at that point, either you have to die or you have to live, but something's got to give. You can't sit there being 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot out of it. And like he said, like they mentioned John Constantine. Hey, Constantine. Unchained fans, this episode saying how he fixed Sarah because he like replaced her soul, like he helped make her soul whole again. That's something that Thea hasn't had, so maybe that's what we'll see out of the Lotus. That's what I'm thinking.
I think more importantly, what is Thea gonna do? What is she gonna do to help? You know, what is her choice going to be? What do you guys
Well,
think?
she's in a coma now, so they're just gonna give her the Lotus
Whatever
stuff. She's
she-
not gonna have a choice now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna see this. I want to just go real quick to Felicity. We have a photo of her actually in her wheelchair in the lab where she finally gets her confidence back. And this is again where Mr.
Hot
Terrific.
Wheels when she was
Yeah.
rolling
Yeah,
around there, weren't
she was looking for a way to
Yeah.
get through to the calculator. This is right before they all go after him. And I love that we finally brought her full circle to getting her confident again. And I love that Curtis was part of it. What did you guys think?
I just thought of something really corny. New code
Do it.
name, the Zipper.
The zipper.
God.
Zipping around.
Zippy. Zip car.
Bad.
So,
Not a good one.
So bad.
Whoever watches back.
So, but what did we think about her getting her confidence back?
Definitely not the Cisco of the group.
Just-
Just throwing that one out there. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought that, you know, she needed that in order to run Palmer Tech and to do her presentation that she needed to do. She needed that confidence back, you know. Thought it
She's
was
got
great.
a lot on the plate right now, though, because she's running a company again, and she's got no Ray to help her out this time. It was cute that Oliver was there to support her
Yeah.
as well. I really like that with the presentation.
I like that scene too.
But you're right. I don't think Felicity should be held back by a wheelchair. Don't miss in the bad way, but your legs don't actually help you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean it in a nice way possible. But every time, whenever you're helping fight crime, Felicity,
She's sitting
you're
down.
sat
Sitting
in,
down.
you're sat down in a chair anyway. So to a point now, you've just helped yourself out.
I
mean
don't
it
know.
in a-
I don't know if I would go so far as to say that.
Well,
but
in work ways, like
but
you
I
pretty much.
well,
hooked it up.
hold on a second.
They must have put ramps in at the lair now.
They
as
did.
well.
Yeah,
you
They
saw
put
her.
the
yeah,
You
ramps
saw
in
her
and
come
you
down
saw
the
her all
ramp.
around
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think that I think you did touch on something very cool, which is that Felicity does not. She's not out there fighting crime on her feet, jumping
Yeah.
around from building to building. It's all her tech stuff, and she goes head to head with the calculator, and she gives him a run for his money. We know this.
Yes.
So we know she's badass. We've always known that. They know it on the Flash. They know it everywhere. So of course I had to do the reference. And so they end up going after the calculator. We don't know if they're going to get there in time. Let's talk just like riding a bike, and we get Roy back on Team Arrow in
Yay,
red
that was
Woo!
awesome.
and buckles.
What
I
a
love
great
that.
line. Just because you're wearing red doesn't mean you're the Flash now.
I loved it.
Yeah, that was
I
great.
loved
That
it.
was
I
so
loved
good.
it. Yeah. So let's talk about that. There's two things I want to talk about in this little segment here, which is one, the back and forth between Felicity and the calculator, where they're basically hacking each other and talking with disguised voices. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
What did you guys think?
Between the two of them,
Yeah.
it's good back and forth. It was fun banter. Felicity's the worst, like.
She sounds like
She sounds
corny.
nice. Yeah, like
yeah.
she sounds nice. Like he had like a real deep kind of like I will get you kind of voice, whereas hers was like you could still hear Felicity's. What's what I'm looking for? Like.
It's sing-songy.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
thing. It has that effect. Like the
Yeah.
way her voice rolls was exactly the same way. Like
You don't take
if
her
I was
seriously.
the calculator, I'd have been like, this is a
sounds-
child. Like this is a kid.
But I'm glad
kid
that
that
she was
whooped your
keeping up.
butt.
Yeah, she was keeping up with him, and she was like whooping him too. So
Yeah.
go
Yes.
for Felicity.
Team Felicity.
Felicity.
I never had any doubt.
I was gonna like high five the two of you at the same time to
Here,
be
we
the
can-
bridge.
Be the middleman.
To be
There
the
we go.
bridge.
Boom.
There, middleman. You
Look,
decide.
we can do it all ways.
We
Look
can-
here.
it's fine.
No, I
Don't
don't
worry
want to
about
leave you. I'm
We
here
can all.
for you.
We can.
There we go.
Okay, guys, we're now the cheesiest show on. The,
You're welcome.
Olivia and I are reaching out. At the
You
same
guys are.
time.
Yes,
What?
we're just. It's
Okay,
a virtual.
no more.
Okay, this
that was
is.
the last one.
That could be the new group
How many of you at
photo.
home high five the screen? You know
Yeah.
you do.
But let's talk about something real quick because I thought that Oliver had a really good growth moment. What did you guys think? Let me know. When Roy decides he wants to detonate the web nuke and he's gonna sit because they had to do it manually because the calculator was jamming the signals.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna do it, and Oliver's like, no, you can't. He's like, no, it's my decision, it's my life. And finally, he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he grew up, and
He
he was
had-
like,
well, he
okay, it's
had
not
a-
my responsibility. I'm gonna let you do your thing.
He had a Thea Queen moment. He was like, you know, I gotta let him do it, make his choice like she did.
That Thea and Roy scene killed me. I love them.
We can talk about that too.
No, that was all I had to say on it. It was just sad. Sad
Cheesy.
panda.
It was a little soapy.
Soap
I
opera.
thought
Oh,
it
it's
was-
soap opera.
it
I'm
was
sorry.
a little
It was
soap
soap
opera.
We're
opera.
kinda
You
watching
can
soap
definitely
opera.
see the skill levels in acting when it becomes like when you look at Stephen and you look. I want to resort over to the Flashes where you look at Victor Garber and some of the older characters, especially when you compare them in their one-on-one scenes compared to the lower characters. Sorry, not the lower characters, the younger characters as well. It's enjoyable seeing how they act compared to obviously They're much more experienced.
I
Victor
thought Thea and Roy
Garber.
did a great job.
I don't know.
was
I think they do
so
a great
into
job,
it.
but like you say, it's very soap opera-esque. Like
I
it's
think
very
it's
much
just,
so
but
that
I think
we
it's more
can
the
relate.
it's more the content rather than anything else.
Yeah, of course.
So before we throw to commercial and start talking about we have fan art coming, by the way, guys. We're going to be featuring some fan art, which is going to be amazing in just a little bit.
From our Facebook group.
Yeah.
But I want to talk very quickly. We have, you know what, we've already talked about it. So I just want to talk about the last bomb at the end, which is where Nyssa shows up in the hospital. Thea's in a coma, and she basically, I didn't see this coming. I don't know if you guys saw this coming or if you guys saw this coming, but basically Nyssa's like, by the way, I have a cure for her. We can fix this, but you have to kill Malcolm Merlyn. Boom.
Yeah, she's hated Malcolm Merlyn ever since.
No, I didn't see the cure coming, is what I'm saying. We didn't know what was going on. We find out right at the end about the Lotus being
being
something
the
to
thing
fix
that
the
could
Lazarus
help
Pit
her.
effect. Yeah, we didn't know that was coming. I didn't.
I didn't
anyway.
know
I
that
didn't
was.
know.
I didn't know.
No.
But
Very selfish of
when
Nyssa.
she was like, for free, I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
when she
right.
was like,
She
just
said
kill Malcolm.
freely under one condition.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
yeah,
not free.
there's always a condition with Nyssa.
Yeah.
I'll give it. That's so true. Again, like hypocrite. Like it just doesn't work. You can't say I'll give it to you freely under one condition.
Yeah.
That's not freely.
Well,
So
I
it's-
guess they meant freely as in like without a fight. I guess that's how when she said freely.
I think she meant she's basically like, hey, I have something for you if you
Yeah.
do this for
Hook a
me.
brother
period.
up.
Yeah.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll fix your
She's coming for
situation
that
if you
demon
fix
head.
mine.
She wants the.
Absolutely.
She wants
We
the
didn't talk
Ra's al
about
Ghul.
Felicity and Calculator being the dad.
Oh yeah, well we mentioned we said that it happened, and actually we have a photo, we have an asset of Oliver and the Calculator like next to each other. You can see him like the proud daddy right over there, like Mr. Sociopath.
Yeah.
You know, just all.
So creepy that
He's
he's got
like-
next
Well,
to him.
when his head popped in, we were like, because literally that's the good shot. But just before that shot,
It's super
he was
creepy.
actually out of the shot, and it was
Yeah.
just Oliver clapping. All of a sudden, we see
And
him
then
go,
he's like, hello.
"She's great, isn't she?"
He goes,
You
she's
don't-
something else.
She's
isn't she?"
something
He goes,
else.
I don't know.
You don't even
I
know.
don't-
Yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
like,
So and then obviously he comes up to her, to Felicity, and she's like, "Dad," and we all knew it was coming,
Yes,
but it was just interesting. I wasn't sure if she knew who her father was.
Yeah, neither did I.
So
That's
So
what
it was very cool
surprised me.
for us to see
I
that she
thought-
knows who her dad is.
I thought it was going to be a surprise for Felicity
That's what I
Yeah.
thought
to find
too.
out that was going to be her dad. So she was like, Dad? I was like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Stop
she knew.
it.
Yeah.
Knocked me on my butt.
He wasn't the slightest bit like worried that his daughter was in a wheelchair. You see
But this is what I'm
But he
saying, guys.
knew.
Sociopath. He's a sociopath. He's sick. He doesn't care about her. He's trying to use her for something, and we're gonna find out what that is as we go on. I'm gonna just say right here, really quick theory, that I think that the Calculator is going to be the new big bad of the season, and something's gonna happen where Damien Dark gets wrapped up in the next like 2 episodes. I'm just throwing it out there. Tell us what you think. I know you don't think so, but it could happen. It could happen. Guys, we're gonna go to a commercial. We'll be right back with fan art, YouTube live questions, and our Twitter stuff. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a minute. See you soon.
Guys,
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live. In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
How did we not figure that out?
We had a crazy vampire threesome, and you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like, how did you get here? No. Look at me, I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You know why we saying yes.
He was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is quite something.
And we're like, inseparable. She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
It wasn't. So come on.
You just went to a totally different direction on that. When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
It's all good.
You can't count anything out. Look at you. It's been another awesome night at the Stream.tv,
It's always
guys.
awesome.
Thank you for joining us, you guys. We love you.
Welcome back, guys. You are watching the Arrow After Show here at the stream.tv. Again, last second, you have to submit your questions and comments and theories on the YouTube live chat as well as on Twitter at #ArrowAfterShow. Right now, Carolina is going to feature some fan art that we have from some of our fans. So we're going to show you the photos and we are going to talk about them. Let's do it.
We love chatting with you guys on the Facebook group, and we asked for you guys to post up some photos, and we saw some, so take it away. So the first one there is by David Sampson. He shared that cool group pic from when they were all snowed in New York together.
Aww.
And then we can go to the next one. And that is one of my favorite artists, Lord Mesa. He does the best artwork. Check him out on Twitter and Facebook. He's in our Facebook group too.
Yeah, he does a great job.
Yeah, I love Lord Mesa. And
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Boss Logic fan personally, but I think Lord Mesa's great. I just think he's too cute and cutesy for Arrow.
Love cutesy.
His Flash stuff is cute because the characters are cute, but Boss Logic stuff for Arrow. You see his renditions of what he's doing for when Green Arrow heading over to DC Legends in 30 years' time with a what? I'm sorry, but you guys know.
No, I mean, it's very cool, but we'll feature him too. I only have space for so many.
Oh, I know, I'm just shouting him out while you shout him out. We could have different opinions, honey.
You always do.
That was done very well, Jack. Very well.
Why are you mad at me?
Okay, next bit of fan art. There's 2 more, right?
Yeah, this was shared by Marc Pope, who always watches our show, and he's
Yeah, we
super
love you,
awesome.
Marc.
So thank you so much, Marc. That's amazing.
very
Great find. And then our last one. Oh my goodness, where did I put her name?
Guns out, guns out.
Chelsea Pulsick also posted this one. So that was also from when they were at the con in New York, when they were all snowed in.
Guys, send
It was
us.
New York or New Jersey?
New York.
Let us
They
know.
got snowed in.
Oh yeah, they got snowed in, and they were all hanging out with the cast, and they were all posting Snapchats, and people
Stephen
were at
Amell
dinner
even
with
pushed a
Stephen
car out of,
and John Barrowman. John Barrowman
Oh,
posted
is that
them
when
like
they
pushing
did,
it
like-
out.
oh, okay,
Katrina
yeah, I
Law
saw a
was
couple
there, and
bits
like
of it.
Katrina was hanging out with people. Like we saw all of your interactions. We loved that. Apparently not Jack, but we all loved them.
I saw the photos, I just didn't realize you guys got snowed in with them. That's
Yeah,
really
that's
cool.
awesome. I was snowed in too, but in DC, like no one could go anywhere. Literally, it was like the restaurant at your hotel was open because everybody working in the restaurant was stuck in the hotel as well. And that's what everyone did. Everybody that was on the East Coast, we all hung out.
Cool. Just so you guys know, if you have fan art or if you have anything that you want us to feature on the show, you can either submit it through the group, you can tag it on Twitter using the #ArrowAfterShow, and those are
We'll
great ways
feature
to do
you.
it. And we will feature you just like we just did. So now we're going to move over to Olivia
Twitter?
with some tweets.
All right, I have some tweets. So this is from Indigo, 15.
What up, Brandon?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's my buddy Brandon.
Friend. Anyway, do you guys think there could ever come a time when Roy returns to Team Arrow full time?
Ooh, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's definitely possible.
I would love that.
It would be very cool.
That would be great.
It's
Can there be
nice.
any more good-looking guys on this show, though?
I mean, yes, there
It's the
could be.
They've got
CW,
everyone
it's the
right now,
it's
isn't
the
they? They've got
CW.
Diggle, they've got Stephen, and now they've got Colton, and it's like, come on,
So
guys.
you can bring some more. I'm not
Keep
complaining.
coming.
The ladies
Yeah.
aren't complaining.
Give it to us. I'm
I
into
guess
it.
everybody's got an audience, eh?
True.
Okay, so next Twitter question. I'm going to butcher your name, so I'm sorry. Uzumaki?
Uzumaki.
Yeah.
Uzumaki HQ.
Yeah.
He asked a
That's a
question on
Naruto
Flash. He
reference.
actually,
Yes.
Yeah, it's an old. It's from the. It actually means the 7th, and it's an anime. I wasn't the biggest anime fan, so I didn't know. But as soon as I brought it up to
I'm
my
a
roommate,
big anime fan.
there you go. So you know.
So they asked, maybe Malcolm lays Thea to
You've just done the volume.
to rest, so Thea's in the grave. So when Felicity says, "I want the SOB dead," she could be referring to him.
Ah.
So that one's more.
Wait,
for me,
yeah.
then.
One
So
more
maybe
time?
Malcolm lays Thea to rest, so Thea is in the grave. So when Felicity says, "I want the SOB dead," she could be referring to him, Malcolm.
Yeah, it could potentially be Malcolm, but I don't think it's Thea
That's
in
what
the
Jack
grave.
thinks.
It's
obviously.
not Thea in the grave, guys.
You know what?
It's not going to be.
I don't
gonna
think.
be
I
Diggle.
think right now. Well, now that the calculator's staying back, I would like to see him. Somebody did shout out, and I'm so upset that I can't remember your name on Twitter or what it was. But they mentioned that in that limo scene that we saw, Felicity could be a figment of Oliver's imagination, the same as what we've been seeing recently through his pain and stuff like that. So what if it is actually Felicity who's in the grave?
She's
and
not.
They're trying
No,
to
the
No,
EP
it's not.
have
They're-
said
The
no.
EP said for sure
They
she's
already
not
for
dead.
sure
did that
She's
scene
not
to
dead.
be like,
She's
no.
not dead.
Well, maybe
But-
it still could be something that's triggered it.
No, but I do have an idea now with the calculator because this is her dad. Maybe she establishes this new connection with her father, and that creates tension between her and Oliver, and that's why she no longer has the ring on her finger, and maybe he's the one responsible because now she's eating her trust in her dad.
I think it's gonna have to do with the kid, with William, and
No.
that's gonna blow
That's
up their.
so dark.
No, that's what's gonna
No,
blow
Oh,
up
do you
their
want to know why
relationship.
it's not him?
That's
Do
gonna
you want to know
blow-
why it's
no,
not
no,
Oh,
not
you
in
mean
the
the
relationship.
relationship?
The relationship.
Okay, I was getting.
I got you.
Chill.
You know what? I got
I'm
it.
a
I got it.
dad. You think they're gonna kill a kid on this show?
Well,
I would-
he's going to be
that would
coming
kill
into
me.
Legends
All
as
right,
well. So.
We have time for one more tweet, and then
Okay.
we have to do a couple of things on YouTube, and then we have to wrap up.
So last Twitter question. This is from Jazzy Lewis. Did anyone else freak out after finding out that the calculator is Felicity's dad?
No,
I think
we
we
I was
kind of knew
so
it.
coming.
happy, but
saw it
knew.
coming. I knew it.
I knew, but I was really happy. I still freaked out.
But
when
like
I
Carolina
found
said,
out.
I
Not
thought
this
that
episode.
Felicity didn't know who he was.
That freaked me out when
Yeah.
she knew. I was like, "What,
I was
girl?
like, how did
you are
you know?"
holding back.
Yeah.
You haven't talked about this man, and you know what he looks like. Stop it."
A lot of
Stop it.
people say, how didn't she recognise him when they were sat doing
Thank
it?
you.
Because she's on a wheelchair
Well,
and they're all
that's
at
true.
eye level and he's probably hiding, like...
I don't know about you, but
Also
have you
shows
ever
that
given
you're
a
doing a
speech?
presentation,
You don't
you
really
You look at the
see
back of the
everybody.
room,
Yeah,
look at
you
the back of the
don't
room,
really
you never
see
make
everyone
eye
in there.
contact.
You don't
Yeah, you don't
necessarily
really
see
see.
everybody. Okay, Jack, do you wanna hit up the YouTube live chat real quick?
First thing first.
Just a couple of shout outs there. I know there's a bunch of people watching and talking about stuff, so
Quick shout out to MJMS who's watching from Gran Canaria, Spain. It's got to
Yeah.
be like 2 o'clock in the morning there for you
Yeah.
now, so appreciate it. Thank you very
Yep,
much.
thanks for watching us.
Giving a couple more shout outs who are watching us live. Abir Hashim. That's actually quite a good point. I think Oliver won't be able to defeat Malcolm and won't be able to save Thea, so then he will kill Malcolm later. Could be not.
oh,
I'd like to see-
that's a good possibility.
the only person I think would kill Malcolm is going to be either Nyssa or Oliver, and I feel like Oliver has to do it because Rachel Ghoul, that whole kind of situation and stuff like that. LAA, Matt Hantu, Carlos. Wow, that's a cool last name, buddy. I wish I could have pronounced it properly. Maraquin, James S. Davies, and Maxwell Shanghai. And everybody else who's on us right now, I'm not going to go through and shout you all out because we'll be here all evening. But thank you very much for
We don't
joining
have
us.
time.
Puerto
Yeah,
Rico.
guys, thank you. What?
Oh, Lance. I promised Lance. I
Oh
would.
yes,
Oh,
we have
hi,
to
Lance.
a slow motion wave to Lance from Carolina.
There we go.
Yes.
We love
He
you.
actually
dude.
specifically asked for a slow motion wave.
No,
No,
we just
he
decided
asked
to
for a
make it
wave
slow
several
motion.
times, so
Slow
I
motion
figured
better.
I'd be like real dramatic about it to make sure he didn't miss it. So there you go.
So guys, we're gonna pick this up. You can keep commenting on the video as it's up there. We will respond. Tweet at us using the hashtag #ArrowAfterShow. Be sure to join us next week, and we will see you then. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.